Good morning.
Guys,
Good morning.
are you talking, Justin? We can't hear you.
Can you hear
Oh, no,
me? Okay, awesome. Dressed up for the occasion, guys.
What's that?
Dressed up for the occasion.
We all have our black gear on.
On national TV.
Is that someone's background there?
Miss Griner, it's 9:31.
Yes.
Did you want to just start? Or
Well, it's only 9:31. I don't know. I'd say give them at least till 9:35.
okay.
But
Yeah, I was,
if you don't mind.
no, that's fine.
Okay. Just, I guess, multitask.
Yeah.
Well, actually, since they're not there, I guess as far as the procedural aspects of these, I'm assuming that even if it does go to hearing, that you'll be drafting the proposed, like the findings and recommendations.
Did you want me to do that? I could do that and then shoot them over to you for signature.
I don't know. I guess I'm asking if that would be. I know other boards, I boards that do both ways.
Okay. I don't mind drafting it. As far as I guess your fee goes, I would ask Leah if that's something that they would be comfortable paying for you to prepare them, or if they want.
Okay.
Hi,
I just know
Justin.
that.
Yeah, the board is fine either way. Gary's fine no matter what you prefer to do.
Okay. Then I guess I could prepare them and then shoot them to you, Ms. Greiner, within maybe like a week after the hearing.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I usually like to do it, as soon as possible. That's why, in a way, if you don't want it, if you're busy, I can do it, certainly. So really, and then also I just want to make sure, so the board is going to make the final determination, or do I just, I get to go ahead and impose whatever discipline,
The board would be making the final.
the final, okay.
Yeah. So my understanding is you'll be drafting the recommendations and the findings. And then
Okay,
we have the board here to confirm the findings and recommendations from you.
okay. It was just, reviewing there's a lot of, I'd say there's kind of overlap with, I guess it's NRS 233B and 622A, and it's a lot.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, this is actually going to be my first round of hearings before an ALJ. So I'm kind of testing the waters as well with you. So
Well, it's a good one to start with because you got a settlement agreement. So
yeah. So
do you know if the ones tomorrow have attorneys?
I haven't heard from any of them at all, and I don't believe that the executive team has heard from any of them either. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So they might, I guess, may or may not show up.
Right.
And sometimes, as you probably know, it can be tricky when they don't have attorneys.
Right. I know one of them called the board office and asked for clarification on how to join the meeting. So I think one of them for sure is going to at least try to
Okay.
participate. The other one, I haven't heard anything at all. So
Okay. Well, it is 9:35, so maybe we should just go ahead and get started.
sure.
And I assume this is being recorded.
It is, I'm recording it right now. Thank you.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Hi, Leah
Nice
Easter.
to
I
meet
know
you.
we've emailed back and forth.
Hi. All right, well, my name is Jill Greiner, and I'm an independent hearing officer that was appointed by the Cosmetology Board, and today is October 21st, 2020. This is the date and time set for two hearings. I have a Nevada State Board of Cosmetology versus In Nails and Spa, and that's case number C2020-0921. And then the second matter is Nevada State Board of Cosmetology versus Davi Nails, and that's case number C2020-0968. Will the parties present please state their names?
Justin Taruk on behalf of the Executive Director of the Nevada State Board of Cosmetology.
And I'll note that the respondent in both of these cases is not present. Is that correct?
That is correct. We also have on the line David Scarpelli, Maggie Adams, Michelle Fanning, and Rodney Moore. They are employees of the board. They're inspectors.
Okay, very good. How would you like to proceed this morning on these matters?
We can start with Davi Nails and then just go into iNails and
Okay,
okay.
all right. So starting with Davi Nails.
Okay, so this is case number C-2020-0968. I actually spoke with Danny Huang, the manager of Davi Nails, earlier this week, and we agreed to have a potential settlement with a total administrative fine of $3,000 plus attorney's fees and costs. And so I'll prepare the proposed settlement agreement in order, and we will submit it to the board for their review and approval. So we'd request that the hearing be continued until after such time if necessary.
Okay, so just continue we'll have another hearing, or I'm sorry.
No, and if the board doesn't approve of the settlement agreement, then we can just hold the hearing then. if we
Okay.
can't hold it.
Okay, so as far as the settlement goes, you said it was Danny Kwong, is that right?
Huang, Hoang.
Okay, and you spoke to him
I
directly?
did. I spoke to him on Monday. He emailed me, and I called him back, and we had. I got a confirmation email from him after I sent him an email to say, "Hey, is this what we agreed upon? Are these the terms that we've agreed upon?" And he said, "Yes, I've received it, and those are the terms that we've agreed upon."
Okay. And he doesn't have a lawyer, am I correct about that?
Does not have a lawyer.
Do you think he understood? Did you go through sort of what his rights were, the right to have a hearing and an attorney and?
I I did not go specifically into every single right with him. The settlement agreement will pose that those enumerated rights that he has under 622A and 233B. And so those will be all enumerated in there
Good.
for him to review.
Okay, and then the other question I had though is that you are requesting, you said a $3,000, that was a fees and cost award? Or is that a fine?
So $3,000 is the fine, and he
Fine?
agreed to an additional fees and costs. Yeah, the
Plus the
$3,000 is for the fine plus fees and costs,
Okay.
correct.
And
I don't have the tally of amounts for the fees and
Okay.
costs. But in the settlement agreement, I said that we would get it to him within 15 days after the board ratifies it.
Okay, okay. You might want to let him know like approximately how much that will be.
Okay,
And then, in the complaint and notice, I believe that you guys requested suspension of his license for 30 days. Is that out the window?
yeah, at this point, it's just the administrative fine that the board's
Okay.
agreed.
Okay, and what is the $3,000 fine? Is that just is that based on any kind of a fee schedule or anything like that?
So, NRS 6, NAC, hold on, sorry.
Is it 644A.860?
Um, 644A.850,
850, okay.
subsection 2, letter D, sub D, says impose a fine of not to exceed $2,000 per, and we read it as per violation. And we
Okay.
have 3 causes of action in here. And so we kind of did a step increase. So for the first violation, we said $500, the second violation, 1,000, and then the third one.
Okay, all right, that makes sense. I just want to make sure you have the authority to do that.
Okay.
All right, anything else I should be aware of on this case?
Nope.
No? Okay, well, I guess I'll look for your settlement agreement in a week or so, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. So the next one is Nevada State Board of Cosmetology versus In Nails and Spas, case number C2020-0971. And again, my understanding is you've reached a settlement in this matter.
That's correct. Just for the record, again, Justin Charuk on behalf of the Executive Director of the Nevada State Board of Cosmetology. Again, earlier this week, I spoke to Dien Pham, D-I-E-N, last name Phan, P-H-A-N. And we agreed to a potential settlement agreement for a total administrative fine of $1,500 plus attorney's fees and costs.
Okay. And did you explain again also like that he has a right to go to hearing and cross-examine witnesses and present evidence?
Not orally to him during our conversations, but it'll be enumerated in the settlement agreement.
Okay, so before he signs it, he'll hopefully read it through.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my understanding too is there's been some back and forth with Lisa Nguyen, who is a employee of the state board. She speaks Vietnamese, and some of the questions that Mr. Phan had, I believe that Ms. Nguyen had also tried to explain to him.
Okay. All right. Anything else that I should be aware of on this case?
Nope. As far as the fines goes, again, we did a step up type of deal. So 500 for the first violation, 1,000 for the second. There was 2 causes of action that were claimed. So, and the basis of the disciplinary fine would again be NRS 644A 850 sub 2 sub D.
Very good. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Ms. Garner. And one more thing. I know that the complaint and notice of hearing requested a suspension, but again, just like Davi, the fine would be in lieu of the suspension in this case as well.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll look for your proposed findings of fact and recommendation within the next week. I guess a little bit of a digression. I guess I sort of would like maybe perhaps a statement about the basis of the claims for relief. I'm just looking at the violation. Let's see, under first claim for relief, and it's under respondent is subject to discipline before the board for engaging in any unfair or unjust practices, methods, or dealings. And it goes on. So is it the board's position that it was an unfair or unjust practice? I mean, I know it's in violation, allegedly in violation of the governor's directive.
Right. So our position is it was an unjust practice or dealing because they violated Governor Directive Section 16 of, I believe it was, sorry, of Directive 18.
Okay.
And in Directive 18, it specifically says that stylists, employees of hair salons and nail salons must wear face coverings at all times. And these individuals, the inspectors noted that in their reports that they weren't wearing those.
Okay. And I guess the NRS or the NAC, there was no COVID when those were enacted. It's too bad there's not something that a little more specific about.
That's correct. Unfortunately, the statutes and the regulations, they do have sections where it deals with infectious disease, but it's only when they act or they perform services knowingly with that infectious disease.
I see. Okay. New times.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right. Well, that's all the questions I have. Anything else I should be aware of?
Actually, Ms. Griner, just a point of clarification for you on both of these. I know you said you wanted to propose findings of fact and conclusions of law, but if they're settlement agreements, do you want me to just have you have a signature block on the proposed settlement for yourself, or?
If I'm sorry, what did you? I'm not following your question. Do you want to?
Oh, my understanding from a comment that you made previously was you wanted me to prepare findings and facts and conclusions on both of these.
Yeah.
But since there was no hearing on them and there's a settlement agreement, did you just want me to give you the proposed settlement agreement with a signature block for you to sign on those, or?
I think what I've done with other boards is actually have, yeah, that's a good question. I guess a settlement agreement, and then, but I do need to sign off on it. And,
okay. So I'll put a signature block then for that you reviewed it as well.
Okay.
And then I'll have a block where the parties will sign it. And then
Okay.
the last block would be the order that would be signed by the president of the board upon
Okay.
approval.
Okay. Yeah, I just think that since I mean, I'm not directly involved in the cases, but I think that as far as just, I don't mean to be power grabber, but it seems like I should probably be involved in reviewing the settlement agreement and the proposed, you know, what the terms are, but you know, we're all trying to figure these out, or it's a new to everybody. So
Sure.
We'll start with that, and then we can always modify things.
Sure. And did you want me to send you the draft of the settlement agreements, or did you want me to get Mr. Wong or Mr. Fan signatures before I send them over to you?
I think it might be better if so there's no back and forth. Maybe if you send it to me, the draft first.
Okay.
And then we'll go from there.
Okay, sounds good.
Is that okay?
Okay.
All
I'll get
right,
those- I should get those to you by Friday,
great,
if not sooner. So,
very good. Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
all right, thank you. See you tomorrow.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you.